I want to give you a practice. And this is the time for you to get out your notebook or your plain printer paper or your journal, whatever you want to write in, and your crayons, if you have them, or colored pencils or chalks or anything simple. And if you don't have any colored pencils or pens, etc., that's fine. Use a pen or just a standard number 2 pencil, and then just write in the color description that you're getting, okay? This is called a rose reading, and it's really a lot of fun. When I first garnered the courage to step out and do what I am before medical intuition, I was already doing hands-on work and consulting, but this is, when I mean step out, I meant publicly, like go show up on stage. There are all these different evolutions that we all go through. So this was at a conference, a spiritually based conference, and I was doing these readings for a few people. And what you're going to do, step 1, is think of somebody that you already know. Okay, number 1, and write their name up in the upper left-hand corner of your paper. Just take a moment and do that right now. And if you want to, put the date on it. That'll help with evidence later if you choose to share it with somebody. There's a time stamp, if you will. And so what I want you to do in the quiet of your own space, I will lead you through a little grounding, a little centering, and then I'm going to cut you loose. And what I want you to do is draw a flower that exemplifies their soul. And if there are any rocks, if there's any ground or water, the leaves, all of that, sunshine, rain, whatever environment it shows up in, that's what I want you to take the time and do this and draw out, okay? So before you get started, and some of you already probably have that image already popped into your mind because that's the way it goes, right? But close your eyes for a moment and just center yourself. Come down, bring that light down from the crown, through the crown rather. Think of that person. Ground some energy down through your feet, through the floor, deeply into the earth. And keeping that person's name literally, energetically, intentionally floating above your head. Let that energy flow through the top of your head into your heart this time. And whenever you're ready, start drawing the rose reading. Again, it may not be a rose. It'll be a myriad of flowers or a single flower. Take your time. Give you about 10 minutes here. And let me just talk about this for a moment because I like you to have the experience, and then I'll talk about it a little bit. It's I don't like to program anybody on it. Doing this type of assessment or reading is not only fun, but it's actually a little easier because you're reading via metaphor, that the person whom you're reading is a flower of some type. And from that arises different things out of their personality, particularly where they may be in the moment, which is interesting. And this is why I had you put the time or the date on it, that if you speak with this person, perhaps you may, or perhaps you may not, and if you share this information with them, they're willing to hear it. You might be surprised on how accurate your assessment is, on whether they're rooted in the moment or grounded, or if they're driving their rootedness into a rock, or if they're in water and the water's still or churning, if they have thorns, if one or more flowers, if they're a multiflora type of flower, if some of those are wilting, or if they're a tight bud or completely into bloom and petals are falling off. Is there sunshine there? Is there not? Is there light in their life, or are there clouds, or perhaps even rain? Are they up to their leaf structure in mud, or are they floating completely above in the center or part of the page, and they have no grounding whatsoever? There's no earth, no rock, no water, no anything that can support them. Were there any things like other trees or other things that came up perhaps in the background of the drawing that you did? Did you get any emotions that were super strong in certain areas of the plant? In fact, if you want, while I'm sharing this information, you can kind of go through the stem, excuse me, go through the stem, going from the base or the top, whatever angle you're guided to work with, and slide your pencil or pen or crayon down through there and see if you pick up any strong emotions. Same with the leaf, same with the petals. You can either do this now as we're sharing and I'm talking a little bit, or you can do this later. You can write down those instructions on the side of the page if you like. This is also a very harmless, lovely, kind way to do readings for people if you're just starting. So it might be something that would give you a lot of joy to do this for someone. It's very simple to do. People love it. If you have any artistic qualities whatsoever, you can do it in chalk, or I know some people that have taken this onto the easel with acrylics and oils and have actually created a business out of doing this type of intuitive reading or assessment for somebody. It's not medical intuition, but it's an easy kind entree into reading someone's energy. Again, emotions are the easiest, but drawing out a structure of a flower can be very similar to what you do as a medical intuitive as you work toward understanding the body and what's going on around the body and within the body and within certain organs. So this is not that far-fetched from being a medical intuitive or becoming one. It doesn't matter the structure that you're assessing. And a metaphor of someone's energy and personality as a flower is, again, a very nice way to start, a very gentle way for you to start, and a gentle way for you to approach people if you choose to use this as a tool in your working with other people in healing. If you have any artistic skills at all, I highly recommend it to share with other people. Also, your standard meditation practice, whatever that is for you, whether it's Vipassana or a Zen practice, mindfulness is Vipassana at the root. So please do that as well. Meditation is a critical practice to understand the way in which your mind works. And like I said earlier when we were talking about the rose reading, understand that it's thy will and my will. It's a combination of intentions, the global intention of spirit, of God, their body, their psyche, their path, their karma, your path, your psyche, and your will, your intention to go in and look and see and feel and inquire what's going on. So it's thy will and my will. So you want both of those skill sets and awarenesses up and running when you do any type of assessment on yourself. So for homework, meditation, standard meditation practice. Give building spiritual and personal power a run for its money. Give it a try a couple of times. And I want you to line up 1 to 2 people who will volunteer for you to do a medical intuitive reading for them over the weekend. And you don't get extra points if you get all 2, and you don't lose any points if you get 1 or none. If you don't get any, you get to do yourself, okay? I'd like you to get 2 different volunteers. And this will be a medical intuitive reading. I'd like you to start out with the intention that you're going to read the chakras and then right into the nerve plexuses. Go right into the body and read those nerve plexuses. Because just like in your body, their nerve plexus are the hub, the incoming data hits in the more powerful way. Yes, the fascia is there first, but those nerve plexus in the throat, the heart, the belly, the lower abdominal, and the root are where the data is. That's where a lot of information is. So focus on chakras and go right into those nerve plexuses. Again, emotional and spiritual and energetic intelligence are the easiest to do. So fill those out, check those off first, and then see what arises when it comes to physical. I want you to hold the intention to go look in or feel or sense or hear or know in their body from a physical point of view. So that intention is there too, okay? All right, my friends. So I will leave you with this. I'd just like to take a few minutes as we leave each other's company to just gently close your eyes for a moment and take a couple of nice, easy breaths in and out. Shifting gears back into life, back into your evening. Feeling rooted and grounded and with full heart and an easy mind, a calm mind. And may the living light that is within you always radiate in a healing and compassionate way for yourself and others. And breathing in and out of the chest, in and out of your heart.